Hello, this is Nikki Mahar again, Senior Director with Reach Tutoring. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to record attendance and submit your sessions for payroll purposes. Again, once you log into Oasis, you will automatically come to the home screen. To submit your sessions, you're going to click on Sessions and then click on the Sessions tab. A list of all of the sessions I have scheduled will populate. You will notice that these are both November sessions because the month of November is selected up here. If I need to submit a session for October, I need to go in and select October. This often happens in the first week of a new month when you need to submit a session for the last month that has just ended. So I'm going to go back to November and I'm going to pretend that this Monday session on November 27th has already happened. To edit and add some notes and submit it, I'm going to click on the session ID. All of the information that I entered when I created the session will remain at the top. If there were any changes, like the start time or the duration, you may edit that at this time. So let's say when I arrived at 4:30, Janie's parents said they'd like me to tutor for an hour and a half because they're leaving town next week and they want me to get 30 minutes of the hour I owe them next week done on this session. So I'm going to be making up some time in advance. So I am now changing my duration to 1:30 because that's how long I was there. Now I need to mark the subject I'm working with the student in. Again, on the student records page, you will have seen an instructional focus. That is the only time that it should let you enter a time under. So if this student is a language arts focus, and I worked with her for 1 hour and 30 minutes, I am going to make sure that that student attendance time under LA for language arts matches the duration here. Then I'm going to type in some student notes. To do so, I simply click in this gray area that's void of anything under where it says Student Note. When I do that, my Edit Note window opens, and you are required to type in as detailed of notes as possible. To save time, I'm going to type something brief. I should have picked an easier book title to spell. Oh, Janie and I worked on chapters 4 to 6 of Charlotte's Web, and she answered some inference comprehension questions. And I'll put something like her test is tomorrow on these chapters. These are notes that are visible by the parents if they log into Oasis, and they can also be requested by school districts as well as by parents. I'm going to click on Save to save my notes. If you have notes that you would like to type in for yourself that you do not want visible to parents, you can click under here where it says Session Notes. You can click on Show Hide, and you may type private notes here. Now, because I have attended this session and I've marked my attendance time with the student, and that matches my tutor attendance time here, I am now ready to click on Submit. When you do so, you will see that the Submit box turns orange. I am now going to click on Save. You will now see a green check under the S on the sessions grid. That means that you have submitted it. R stands for reviewed, A stands for approved, M stands for missed, and I'll show you what we're going to do for missed now. Let's say that it's Wednesday night, November 29th, and I arrived to Janie's house and nobody was home. I called every number I had. I texted her parents. When they called me back, they apologized, saying that they had forgotten about the session. I called my director and let my director know, and my director informed me that I was going to be paid for the session, and the session was going to come out of the available sessions that Janie has coming to her, meaning that they are losing the session. So with my director's approval, I am going to go ahead and mark student attendance at 1 hour, even though the student did not attend. If I do not mark this as 1 hour, it will not pull the 1 hour from the student. But since the student did not attend, in the student note, I need to be very direct and detailed about why the session was missed and what happened. So I'm going to go ahead and type an example of a thorough note. Now the duration matches the student attendance time, and I'm going to click on Missed. The Missed button will turn green. However, I still need to submit this session so that my director can review it and approve it. So I'm going to click on the Submit box, and then I'm going to click on Save. Now I'd like to show you one more feature in Oasis that you may find useful. If I click on Sessions and then click on the Calendar tab, I will get a different view of my sessions. This is the calendar view. This is the month view. I can also view by week. I can also view one day at a time. So if you are working with multiple students on a single day, you might like this view. We like the month view because it gives you a view in advance of all the sessions that you have scheduled. And remember, you should have scheduled sessions for the next month. But let's say that on December 2nd, Janie's mom calls me and says, we can't do tutoring on Monday the 4th at 4:30. Can we move that session to Tuesday the 5th? A great feature about Oasis's calendar is I can simply click on the session and drag it to the new date. And when I release, it updates the session. If I need to move it back, I simply drag it back. Now I want to explain to you the colors that you're noticing on the screen. Gray is for sessions that have not yet been submitted. If you have tutored and your session is gray, that means you have a job to do. You need to go in, mark student attendance, type your student notes, make sure the student's name is in the class box in the session details window, and then click Submit. That turns the session orange. When a session is orange striped, that means a session has been missed. Once these sessions turn green, that means they have been reviewed and approved by your director. When you notice past sessions are green with a red line around the border, that means that the payroll reports for those sessions have been pulled and those sessions are now locked. So that is how you submit sessions using Oasis.